Hey guys, 2 Emma videos in one day? There is such thing as too much Emma, and this is pushing the boundaries. This week I'm not going to talk about a specific subject. Instead, I'm going to tell you a story about something that happened to me when I was at school. I've wanted to tell you guys this story for weeks now, and it's only now that I've finally gotten around to it that everyone has released school stories about a week before me. I think next week I'm just going to cut all my hair off and start the video with, hey there internet. Now when it comes to my time at secondary school, which for you American dudes is 11 years old to 16 years old, I wasn't really that bad. By which I mean I was kind of a goody two-shoes. I was a bit afraid of doing anything bad because I didn't want them to tell my parents. That said, you guys know me well enough by now to know that I can't keep my mouth shut when someone's rude to me. So you can imagine what I was like at school when someone said something like,
are you going to change your hair?
No. Wanker. Thing is, for most of my school life, I just knuckled down, got my homework done, got good grades, that was it. Until I became a school prefect, which yes, is a real thing. My friend Evan, who you just saw in the video, was really surprised when I told him that prefects weren't just things in Harry Potter. Another thing that we had in our last couple of years at school was something called a uniform card. In the UK, we wear school uniforms, and our uniform card in our school was basically something that we kept in the top pocket of our shirt or blazer. And if a teacher walked past and your uniform wasn't very good, like your shirt wasn't tucked in or your tie was hanging loose, then they would take the card out of your top pocket and sign it, which is a bad thing. When you got 10 signatures, you'd get detention or isolation or a referral. All these things make sense to me. So this is where our story begins. During my final year at secondary school when I was 16, there was a teacher that really didn't like me, and I'm not sure whether it's because I was a prefect or just because, well, some people just don't like me, can't imagine why. Anyway, for the purposes of this video, we're going to call him Mr. M. Now, Mr. M was a little bit biased towards me with these uniform cards. There were numerous occasions where I would walk past with my friends and we would all have our shirts untucked, we would all have our ties down here, and he would only sign my card. You might be thinking, oh, maybe it's because she's a prefect, maybe she should know better. My friends were prefects as well, so that's not it. Now, I managed to put up with a couple of weeks of Mr. M being unfair to me, which for me is pretty good, but I started getting a bit upset, so I told my dad about it. My dad pretty much said to me, if this Mr. M does that again, you take your bag and you walk out of the school. So at this point, still being a kind of goody two-shoes that can't keep her mouth shut, I just thought, I can't do that, I can't just walk out of school. However, just before my maths lesson one day, Mr. M did it to me again. He walked past me and my friend, we both had our ties kind of loose, and he signed my card and not my friend's. So I get into my maths lesson and I start thinking about what my dad said and maybe you should just walk out. I don't think he meant for me to actually walk out. I think he was just trying to make me feel better. I said to my maths teacher, I'm just going to the toilet. I grabbed my bag, I went to the school bathrooms and I phoned my dad and I said, Dad, he did it again, I'm walking the fuck out. Before my dad could even say anything, I'd hung up and I'd got my bag and I was just fucking walking out of that school. Such a rebel. When I got home, I started playing video games, as you do, and you don't think anything of it. You know? In the first 3 hours that I'd been missing, 2 people had been sent out of my maths class to look for me. The head teacher had driven a mile radius around the school looking for me, and my best friend had been pulled out of her lesson, which was a different class to mine, and pretty much interrogated, where is she? Oh, I'm not Batman. I'd already turned my phone off by this point, so my best friend was like, I can't get through to her. I don't know where she is. She fucking knew I was at home, man. So there I am, chilling at home with my dad, just playing Twilight Princess, which had only just come out, I think, so that's how old this story is. 3 hours after I walked out, the phone rings. Hello?
Good afternoon. Is that, Mr. Blackery, Emma's daughter?
Yes, speaking.
Good afternoon. I'm afraid we have some bad news about your daughter. She's gone missing. We have checked inside of the school and we have checked the outside area of a mile radius and she's nowhere to be found. I'm terribly sorry.
That's peculiar because she's sitting at home with me. What? She came home because she was being harassed by this dickhead Mr. M who knows all about teaching children and has been bullying my daughter for the last 2 or 3 weeks and you've done nothing about it, you motherfucking piece of crap. I can't believe he's so shit at his job. You should fire him. He is absolute shit. My daughter will be back at school tomorrow. I don't expect this to come up in conversation. Good day.
That's where I get it from.
My dad actually completely sassed my head teacher and completely slagged off Mr. M. He may as well have just said bitch please and hung up because that's how sassy it was. So what happened after all of this? The next day I walk into my maths class and my teacher makes sure that I don't leave, and if I want to leave, I leave my bag there so that I can't walk out. Pretty much everyone in all of my classes the next day says, oh my god Emma, we thought you'd gone missing. How could you do that? And what happened to Mr. M? As far as I know, he's still teaching, but he never bothered me again. I wouldn't say take any lessons from this story, but it It worked for me. I wouldn't condone you walking out of school, but at least this story had a happy ending. If you guys want to see more school stories, let me know in the comments below and I'll try and do some more Stelly touring. I can't get this right. Storytelling videos in the next couple of weeks. You'd think I'd be a professional by now, wouldn't you? Nope. What's the moral of this story? Don't walk out of school. Just do your uniform correctly and it won't be a problem in the first place. Catch you guys on Thursday, otherwise I will see you guys next week. Bye!
I like her. She has girl balls.
Massive thank you to my friend Evan who was in this video. Check out his channel if you'd like. I feel like there's something missing. There we go. Now it's a video.